This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Gearóid.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh.
And you're listening to Agony Rants. Niamh, welcome.
That's my name.
We're taking a moment of pride, Niamh.
Are we?
We are.
Why?
Yeah, because Jessie Buckley's just won an Oscar.
I know. We're a bit ahead of the time. I mean, I appreciate that it's a couple of weeks later for us, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, because we're in the time machine.
Yeah, but actually, we're still glowing.
It's the morning.
It's still glowing.
Do you know what the sad thing about the Oscars is, right? No, I tell you what the problem with it is.
Is there
right?
a sad thing about the Oscars?
This is the sad thing.
Right.
What happens is, they're always on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
So that means we always get them on a Monday morning.
Okay.
So you have these people at like the pinnacle of their lives making these beautiful, heartfelt speeches. And we hear them at 7 o'clock on a Monday morning when we're getting out of bed.
And we're less enlivened.
You just hear the speech, you're like, we get it.
Okay.
We get it.
You're not in the moment.
Yeah.
But do you not think people stay up, like they do now for the Super Bowl, the Oscars and the Grammys? Do they not stay up for that?
I don't know.
Do you remember they used to do the highlights show on the Monday night? That's when you used to get it. You used to not see the live.
Yeah, they'd give it a couple of days and you just get the best bits.
Yeah.
They'd like pack it all into an hour.
And when you see a show that goes on for 17 hours, you kind of welcome that.
Yeah, you just gives the good bits. Like, I mean, I've already, like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I've already heard her speech about 4 times.
I know, but she's fab.
Easily 4. Yeah, she was fab.
And to be
was
fair,
great.
she's won everything. So
I didn't realise she had kids.
Oh, okay.
She was a kid.
Okay. You seem surprised. Why are you surprised by that?
I know, I was just really surprised.
Do you ever ask the question, where was that kid when she was doing all that work?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Were you calling social services?
Well, I'm surprised that her baby is so young.
Well, then, if it's young, then it's brilliant.
Because she's doing so much like that. You're like, oh my God, how does she manage that?
Well,
I know. I mean, I get it. I know.
You did
We're
a
not
lot
supposed
with
to
your...
ask these questions.
You did a lot with your cat.
I think what's important is everybody knows that I'm a misogynist.
I know, but it's funny actually because I didn't really think about that because I don't ever necessarily think about that, even though I did it when I had my kids. I wasn't winning Oscars, but I was working. I was working. I worked. I gigged. I actually gigged past my due date when I was expecting Tom, which is my second child.
Really?
Yeah, I had it in all my contracts if I go into labour. And I remember the last gig I did, there was some medical people there and they were very concerned about me because I was so pregnant.
I do remember seeing you gig pregnant.
Yeah, I loved it. And funny enough, on the first one, I didn't know how I'd feel about being pregnant whilst gigging. And so I kind of stopped earlier and I was raging. I was bored. So I kind of overcompensated on the second one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it was it's a funny thing. It's no different to anybody else working during that period of time. It's a little bit more intense, I suppose, but there might be a little bit more allowance for the fact that you're minding your children.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fair play. Well done, Jessie Buckley.
I know.
Apparently all her family are over there.
Phenomenal. Aww.
That would ruin it for me now.
I know. Would you let me go? Who would you invite? I wish you could see his face right now.
I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no, Niamh. I'm just...
I'd pay my own flight.
It's like when everybody descends in a moment like that, you're like,
No, I know. And it's your moment.
Oh, here we go.
It's your... It's hard to be sentimental about people.
It's like when you're doing a big show and it's like, so-and-so's neighbour and you're like...
I know. I know, and then the problem is when the family go away, they've no one to interview at home, so they get somebody's neighbour to talk about them.
That's what's hilarious. The people that crop up, I think.
I knew you when.
Brilliant.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I know.
No. If you meant anything to her, you'd be in Los Angeles with her because everybody she knows is. I had a very weird moment last night.
Oh, okay. What happened last night?
So it was the last show with Joanne. Right?
Yes. Were you sad about that?
No.
And
just done.
While you were doing that, I was obviously finishing up the other yoke that I did.
Oh, you were.
We're not talking about it again.
Yeah, you're at the rap party for Dance with the Stars.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't go.
I know.
I was just like, oh, dude.
I know, but they were all disappointed.
I know. I was just because it was the last show with Joanne, the Olympia, and it's been like it's time. We're tired.
I
We're
know.
both very tired.
Did it test your love for each other?
No, we had a great time.
I
Now, I have
know.
to say, no, I did. She did almost kick off because I got the bed yesterday.
I saw.
Because there's a little room for us. Where's the bed?
Did she not? Did you not notice she posted about that? Like she was really right.
I know. I came off stage and saw that she tagged me, and there was a photograph of me asleep again. But I went in and I had a little nap, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is when I have a nap, I either have, like I don't quite go asleep, but it's just restful.
So you
Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah. Do you never go asleep?
Mostly with naps. They're just, I kind of just close my eyes and then you just kind of like, you're
Just
still
before
awake.
just before you head into
go
that.
into
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
But last night I conked out. Like
Yeah.
I absolutely went total knockout. TKO. I was wiped. And then they woke me at 10 to 8. You're on 10 minutes.
Oh no, that's too short. That's too short a time.
Well, I only went to bed at 7.
No, but it's too short a time before you're
I
going
know,
on.
yeah. So I went in, I got dressed. But
Did you even know who you were? Like,
not until about 10 minutes into the set.
okay, was it obvious?
No, my agent said it wasn't, because she was in the audience. I was like, my mouth was going and I was saying all the words in all the right order and the laughs were all coming and it was all going, but my brain, I was going, I have no idea what's going on here.
Who am I?
My brain was looking for a toothbrush. Like, I was just like,
I know.
I've just woke up, it's Monday morning.
I
What's
know.
happening? Why am I...
I need to be awake a little bit longer.
I did feel like there was about 10 minutes in, I was like, I think I'm going to have like a bit of a panic attack now here.
Oh.
Is like, I'm like, it's like I just landed into my life.
Yes. I totally understand.
Very,
it.
very weird.
Yeah, but no, that can't be right. I've had a few naps now. Very rare do I nap, right? Because I like to power through the day and go to bed early, like a good, sensible person. But a couple of weeks ago, I had what they call a power nap, right? Because I was exhausted. I was doing loads of things and I'd done a lot of travelling. And I got down to Limerick and I literally sat in a chair. And this is how tired I was. I actually napped sitting up.
Oh, God.
And I wasn't even aware that I'd done it. And then there was that moment afterwards where you think, oh God, I feel awful but great because I completely went to sleep. Like literally 3 seconds after I sat down. But you know when you're sitting up or, you know, you're kind of even propped up, you definitely snore.
Oh, God. Do you know what? I was on 2 planes on Friday and on both of them, there was somebody asleep snoring.
Like proper
me.
snore.
Yeah. Like proper loud snore.
Yeah.
And now if I couldn't reach either of them.
Okay. So
Because I would have walloped the back of the chair.
I was just going to say,
so it's
surely.
just like, no. Nobody needs this. Like it's bad enough hearing somebody snore when you're in love with them and they're asleep beside you.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, some randomer on a plane, no, that's a wallop on the back of the chair.
I know. And the worst part is, generally speaking, you don't know how you snore unless somebody records it.
Yeah. Has anyone ever done that?
Yeah.
I always do that. And then I just
used
send it
to
as a
snore
text.
for years and years and years. I didn't. And then it's just a recent thing, I think, or else people were just too polite. I can't tell. But yeah, snoring is a lovely thing. But I have to admit, the nap absolutely revived me. But I had to be awake a little bit before I went back on stage. Like at least I was awake enough.
Yeah, no.
10 minutes feels short.
No. And I was throwing the Red Bull into me while I was putting my suit on and everything. And I was like, I still feel, like it's kind of like there's just a little veil over your brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Just
God,
like,
that's a really good description.
It's all a little bit.
That's a really good description. A little veil over your brain. I love it.
And I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be doing, but I was nervous.
While you're doing that, I am developing a new skill lately, which I know you're not. You're going to be really impressed. Because obviously, this is a year of new skills, clearly. I didn't necessarily know I was going to do that, but it is going to be a year of it. So I am perfecting the Irish goodbye. And you know how...
Now, I will believe that when I see it.
No, I absolutely did it last night. When I say that I'm perfecting my version of the Irish goodbye, which basically it didn't take me 4 hours to leave a place. I literally managed it because I texted my friend before I went in, and I went into this party about 20 past 10. I got in there, and as I went in, I said, I'm going to be back home by 12. And she said, there's no mission that you're getting home by 12, right? But I actually made it by 12:05 because
oh, wow.
I managed to go in, say hello to everybody, and then leave. I mean, I still had 20 people to say goodbye. I'm not quite at the full Irish goodbye yet.
That's not an Irish goodbye.
No, but
I am perfect at the Irish goodbye.
But my standards, that's an Irish goodbye because you know how long it takes me to leave.
Niamh, I can just get up from a table and leave.
I envy that so much.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm done.
Do you never care that people might be looking for where you are and on your safety? I used to have a friend who used to do that.
The one thing about getting older, right, is that in situations like this, I know my limits, right? And my limits are definitely when I'm tired, I'm no crack. I'm useless to anyone. And I can even feel myself just like edging my way out of the group. And even last night, because after the show, we were in Joanne's dressing room, we were having a drink. And there was a few people there, and Joanne said, like, you're very out of the group. Like, move in. And that was the point when I was like, no.
Oh, I recognise that. I've seen you do that.
Done.
You're like a bystander?
Because what happens is, when I get tired, right, and everyone starts to talk, and then I'm trying to focus on the conversation.
Process it.
And then it just becomes noise. So I'm like, I need to just take myself back.
Do you know the sad thing is, that's like an old person thing where you can't focus. And the worst part is you're like, how many years? 11 years younger than me?
I'd say about 25 years younger than you, Niamh.
Yeah. But, so when you come into my generation, it's going to be a bad day.
No, I'm. That's the one thing now, though. I'm really clear. I'm just like, no, this is a no. Yeah. When I say no, it means no, and I'm done.
I'm getting better at that.
I'm getting very... No, Niamh, you're not!
No, it is.
You're absolutely not.
You know how long it takes me to get out of a room. As a matter of fact, I start saying goodbye from the time I come in because I know it's going to take me all night to get out.
What you need to do is, I've told you this before, that as soon as you finish the hellos, you've got to start the goodbyes. So go back to the start.
But you'd have been proud of me last night because I didn't feel the need to say goodbye to every single person. I only said about 3 or 4. I had a few selfies on the way out. There was even somebody outside the door who were trying to get out themselves, and I had to have that conversation then. But, but I was really good. I parked my car very close. I was very in control of the situation.
You got it done, yeah.
And I feel that's a win for me, right?
Well, look, I'm very proud of you, Niamh.
Thank you.
I'm glad you've got your...
I can tell.
I'm glad you've got your new skill. And I'm looking forward to it being perfected the next time that we have to leave somewhere together.
But I've seen you stand outside the group and I wondered what that was. And now I know what
No,
it
I'm
is.
just like, I'm done.
No, I can see you physically stand.
It's a physical... It's like, I'm
You're
done.
like
this is over.
You're like
Everybody
a waiter.
That's with me, take the hint.
You know what I mean? You stand where a waiter stands.
Yeah. And sometimes what I do is, and I've done this before, and one of my friends said, I've seen you do this.
Yeah.
And it's very funny, but it's also very rude.
Yeah.
And that's like, where you've said your goodbyes.
Yeah.
And then the person that you're with is still saying goodbye. Namely you. Probably you. And then somebody goes, because you're continuing the conversation, and somebody goes to talk to me again. I'm like, no. No. We're done now.
And not only that, you're looking at me with the daggers.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about your fucking holiday. Jog on. We've said our goodbyes.
You're looking at me with the daggers saying, finish that conversation. And then,
get it done.
If you weren't reliant on me, bringing you home, or more importantly, if you weren't feeling that you were going to leave me because you still care a little bit about me, right?
Oh no, I always like to make sure that you get out safely.
Yeah,
Niamh.
but you know how hard that is. You befriended me. You just have to accept that. But I'm trying really hard.
Difficult.
Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that in because I thought you might be proud of me.
And Niamh, are you sad that Dancing with the Stars is over? Like, because last night is I found at the wrap party. The wrap party is kind of a strange thing.
Yeah.
Because you go through this, you've got your sad, you're being eliminated, and then you've got your press day, which is kind of like, oh, that's the end, it's over. And then you go home and go, what do I do with my life? And then they bring you back to do the Dancing with the Losers. And then you...
The Dancing with the Losers. Yeah. And no, actually, do you know what? I think you've already said goodbye.
Yeah, it feels like you're...
And I came back in and I swanned around hugging everybody all weekend and saying lovely things. And then you live the show 2 or 3 times on the last day, even though you're only doing like a minuscule part of it.
And that bit's pre-recorded.
Yes,
it
is. So you could technically go home before the show starts, but they obviously need you to stand in the box and be supportive.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. No, do you know what? It felt like grand. In a weird way, it was actually nearly nice to go back and go, yeah, that's grand now. We're done. But you know what I'm like. I'm mentally moving out of that project anyway.
I know, yeah. It's like when you go back, it feels like you're running around the party with a bin bag. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
on that day, it's just like, it's over. It's nothing to do with me
With a
anymore.
bin bag, as in, getting the freebies, what you doing?
No, but just like it feels like the party's
Yeah.
the party's over, the party's finishing, but you're cleaning up.
Yeah,
That's what it feels
that's
like.
exactly right.
Yeah.
But in a weird way, it's nice. It's nice for the group, and and we had a lovely time.
Yeah.
But I was already in my head in my next job.
And you'll still be in touch with Stephen through me.
Oh, I actually have his number now.
They probably won't. They probably won't keep in touch.
No,
Sinead.
they're
That's
being
the way
very
they-
kind.
No.
They're being very kind. But you'll let me know how they're doing, right?
Like when the photograph disappears on WhatsApp, that means you're blocked.
God, I've just realised somebody's blocked me. I've just realised that.
Who?
I did not know. Oh no, I'll tell you after.
Oh my God.
I know, exciting. Okay. Anyway, shall we?
Sometimes they change the photograph. I will say that because when my cat died, I had to get rid of my photograph.
No, this is not a change photograph. I've just realised. Oh. I know, it's a whole thing. Anyway, but that's not why we're here.
It's not why we're here, Niamh. Firstly, we are here to plug my tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought again?
Niamh, I have to plug my tour.
Are you ever going to
here's the
stop
thing.
touring?
Yeah, I'm sleeping. I'm dead.
Okay.
So I am going to Australia.
You are.
Now I need to make it really clear. I'm going to Australia and do my shows in Australia because loads of people are like, we can't wait to see you and Joanna in Australia. We actually will be in Australia at the same time, but we're
Doing separate too.
doing separate shows. She's doing her show and I'm doing my show. I'm doing the Melbourne Comedy Festival and Sydney Comedy Festival. So very separate.
Phenomenal.
Tickets, gearóid.com. And I will also be doing No Pressure on tour all around Ireland and the Edinburgh Fringe. And then there will be a UK tour after, but I've just finished one. So leave me alone. I'm really tired.
Did I need to make you go home?
You need to step in. Niamh.
Okay, I'm going
Step
to do
in.
that. I have some time now for at least 3 days.
We have, would you believe, Niamh? We have a follow-up.
Oh my God, I love a follow-up. Come
Yeah,
on.
we got a follow-up. Now, I know we're going to do a follow-up show, so we should be keeping these. But anyway, not important.
but we're so excited about it.
But we're so excited about them. Now, this was the one. Do you remember the gay couple that they came into money? They won did they
yes,
win the
I know.
lottery or something?
And whether they're going to share the money.
Oh, no, the mother died.
The mother died, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go on then.
Okay, so basically what happened was the mother died and one of the partners then suggested that they do surrogacy, which is they've never talked about, but it was just like they'd had a bit of a windfall.
That's right, I
and-
remember. And we told them to have a very frank conversation about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you
I
know,
was like, take your inheritance and leave.
it wasn't a great day for you, I feel.
I was in a bad place. I've been very tired, Niamh.
I wonder how helpful that was. I don't know.
Dear Niamh and Gearóid, I wrote to you a while back about my husband suddenly suggesting that we use some of the money I inherited to pursue surrogacy. Despite the fact that we had always been...
What was that pause
That was
for?
a comma. I thought that was a full stop. Despite the fact that we had always been firmly in the no kids for us camp.
Okay.
First of all, thank you for the advice and the tough love, which I did ask for. I'm happy to report that no babies are on the horizon and peace has been restored.
Oh, that's lovely.
After a few long conversations, my husband admitted...
Admitted. Okay, this is a good one. This is
My
going
husband
well.
admitted that the inheritance made him briefly reconsider things. I think the sudden feeling that it might actually be possible opened a door in his mind that he hadn't fully explored before.
Okay.
We've since agreed that our lives are quite full enough as they are and that the two of us, plus an irresponsible number of dinners out, remain the plan.
Oh, excellent.
So thank you for pushing me to have conversations rather than quietly panicking. It turns out communication works, which is very annoying. Much love, Kyron.
You're right, but it is true. I know. But actually, no, that's interesting that the husband actually admitted that.
I know. The one thing now, that's a real weakness. Whenever somebody admits they're wrong, I'm like, oh, you loser.
Oh my God. I mean, that must be hard
Style
on you.
it out.
That must be hard on you then.
I'm always wrong.
I know.
I will say this, right? I will
No,
say
you're
this
not.
as a blanket approach. If anyone has ever thought I was wrong, I was.
But you
I
will
re-
die before you admit it.
I will die on that hill. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be big or small. I will never admit I'm wrong.
Don't you love this where even if you can get to the point where you admit you're wrong, you justify it to within an inches of his life?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, the times I'm wrong, that's that you know,
Yeah.
clearly very small. But
Niamh, Niamh. Look, we're similar animals, and that's why we're friends. I mean,
I know.
You came in here and you actually...
What did I say?
You actually rationalised that week 7 was the same as week 8.
I did.
Now,
I think I put up a very good argument.
I mean, look, it was impressive.
But you know why I did that? Do you know why I did that? For
because
the sake of our friendship.
Ferociously competitive.
I am, but also, and you're not. And you're not.
I'm not competitive. I'm the least competitive person you will ever meet.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Do you know what? When competition comes into things, I just check out.
Can we just refer back to the thing is, when you say, I'm wrong, this is one of those, this is the sentence, because you are competitive.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'd love to be.
I'm going to do that thing my friend hates. I'm going to say, okay, Gearóid.
I don't.
And patronise you.
I'm quite... I really admire people who are competitive. So if you were I would take being competitive as a compliment.
Uh-huh.
I would. I genuinely would. Because people that are competitive are people that they succeed. Whereas I'm very much like
Because you're not succeeding? What the hell?
No, but if I feel any sort of competition, I'm like, no.
No, I love competition. I am competitive. I'm barefaced about it.
Yeah.
But I'm also happy for other people to... I want other people to try and beat me. And beat me is the wrong word. If you're playing Carragate, it's more fun if we're playing a game, if we're competitive against each other.
I want them dead.
You want them dead?
That's
not competitive.
No, I get very like when people, I take it as an affront, right? I'm not competitive, so I let people like drive over me. Like
no, you don't.
Like when competition comes in, like me and my friend Kev, we used to play tennis, right?
Okay.
But then as soon as I would say, no, we're not playing for scores, we're just playing for, kicks.
Kicks
is what the kids say.
Do you get to kick each other? Is that what that's you win?
As soon as we started keeping points, I would lose. It was like I would mentally go, I won't win.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that's not being competitive. That's just been defeated.
Lazy.
Defeated. I want to play tennis with you because one or two things will happen. Either the first one is that I will beat you and be regularly, which never happens for me in any ball sport. But also, you would feel so much better about yourself because I'll spend the whole time going, I'll get it. And you would then feel like a winner. See how we do that?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about this recently because I passed the tennis courts opposite the park, in the park opposite where I live. And I was thinking, God, do you remember the days when we used to like go and play tennis? And I did think I'd love to play tennis again, but then there's the part of me.
No, you don't want to play tennis again. You just want a bit of time off. That's all that's wrong with you.
That would be it, yeah.
You just want the time because even if you have any time off at the moment, you're thinking about what's coming next rather than the tennis game.
It's quite busy at the moment, and I do hate the world.
It will come. It will come. So, but that has nothing to do with you, Kyron.
Nothing to do with you, Karen. Well done. You're not having kids. You're loaded.
We love you.
If it's your inheritance, leave them.
Yeah. Fly to Australia and see Gearóid in his tour.
Yeah.
Or come and visit
me. Come to Australia. Hundreds of tickets available. Quite frankly, an unnerving number of tickets still unsold.
There's still time.
We have a problem.
We have a problem. Okay, I'm going to read the first one.
You read the first one.
Okay, here we go.
It's from Dimitri.
Dimitri.
I was calling it Demetri.
Because?
I didn't realise it was Dimitri. It took me ages to realise that
was
Dimitri.
Why? Have you never seen Dimitri as a name before?
No, Niamh. Have you?
Yes. Well, I've been to Greece. It's a Greek name. Anyway, okay. Here. Dear Niamh and Gearóid, I feel terrible even writing this, which probably tells you everything about the situation. Already I'm invested. A few months ago, my sister lost almost everything she owned when the flat she was renting caught fire. Thankfully, she was physically unharmed.
Oh my God.
Thank God. But all her belongings were destroyed and she had nowhere to go. Of course, I told her she could move in with me for a while.
That's your first mistake.
No, come on. It felt like the only decent thing to do. And it is, Dimitri, I understand. The problem is that a while, which is in inverted commas, has turned into an open-ended arrangement and I'm slowly losing my mind. For context, I'm a single gay man in my late 30s who has lived alone for years. I'm used to quiet routine and having my own space.
Gorgeous.
I know, sounds like heaven, doesn't it? My sister, on the other hand, is chaotic, loud and apparently incapable of closing a cupboard door.
She sounds like a nightmare.
I think I'm already in love with you, Dimitri, because I live with people like this. Since moving in, she has taken over my living room as a kind of command centre of half unpacked bags, borrowed clothes, phone calls on speaker, and endless cups of tea that never quite make it to the sink. Oh my God. I know she's been through something traumatic and I do sympathise, but I'm starting to feel like my home is no longer mine. I wake up to her on work calls in the kitchen table, come home to friends I've never met, sitting on my sofa, and somehow I'm the one apologising for needing quiet.
Oh, no.
No, I know. There's going to be a lot of tough love, Dimitri. What makes this harder is the guilt. She lost everything in the fire. How do you complain about noise, mess and boundaries after that? Anytime I try to hint that she might start looking for somewhere else, she looks so defeated that I instantly feel like the worst brother alive. I love my sister, I truly do, but I also love being able to sit in my own living room in silence and not trip over 3 tote bags and a hairdryer. Is there a way to ask her to move on without sounding heartless? Thanks for all the giggles, Dimitri.
Dimitri, you're a monster. You just have to accept it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
No,
it's like
to be fair, I know what you're saying here.
Is a nightmare.
She is.
And
that does not make Dimitri a monster.
She's been through something horrible. But unless you want to set a second fire, you're going to have to speak up.
My question is, where's the insurance? Did she have insurance?
Well, yeah, there's the insurance thing. And also, she hasn't lost property.
Because she clearly has stuff.
So I presume she's not paying rent. So she can just go and get another flat. Now, it sounds to me, right? Now, I would be like this in this situation.
Okay,
right?
go on.
That her obstacle here is she's been through a lot, and it's like, oh God, the thoughts of going and getting another flat.
Understandable.
All of this.
Understandable. And it's traumatic what's happened to her. Absolutely. However, the kindness.
Yeah.
The kindness. The
Time
kind
to
thing.
move on.
The kind thing to do now is to get the tough love. And in a few months, in a few years, perhaps when she starts her talking to you again, she'll be glad to say that helped her move on in her life. You're not helping her, you're enabling her.
Also, I think, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And, you know, I understand you want to support her, but the way to support her now is to say, get the feck out of my house. In the nicest possible way.
I wish he'd told us, he says a few months ago.
Mm-hmm. So that's at least 3.
Yeah. So it's not a couple.
No. It's only 2.
Yeah, so it's okay. So it's 3.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah, so it's like, no, you go now.
Now, it's not even about that, but also the other thing you need to do now is put boundaries in the house. If you don't feel able to say, get out of my house, you need to put boundaries in the house and at least curtail her into one room.
No, do you know what? I think you're right that he needs boundaries, but I think as soon as you start to put rules in place a few months in, there's a bang of permanency off that.
There is. Like, this is a new housekeeping conversation. Is she paying rent?
I think what you need to say to her is, listen, I love having you here, but I just want to get back to normal.
Yeah. And if for the sake of our friendship and our life and our, you know, and your life.
Yeah, and you live like a pig.
Yeah.
What's that about?
And, you know, maybe when you move into your new space, you could, you know, put some cups in the sink.
Oh, God.
No, but look, seriously, there's helping people out, and sometimes the help they need is for you to go, it's time now. And
also, don't underestimate how, having a chaotic home, well,
it wouldn't work well for you and me.
No, that has a big effect on you.
It does.
Yeah.
I keep sending, you know, Instagram reels to my children, you know, saying, you know, if you have a chaotic room, it means you have a chaotic mind. I think at this stage, they don't recognise the fact that I'm actually telling them to clean their bloody room, because I'm sick telling them.
Yeah.
You know, but to be honest, if you like to live in chaos, that's fine. But you can't impose it on other people.
No.
In their home.
No, God,
you know what I mean? So
also, where people get off.
No.
Just being able to just take over
somebody else's house.
Yeah. I think that's
there's no understanding in that. So you're within your rights. But actually, the way I would approach this, Dimitri, is to say, this is the best way I can help her now. Because actually, then you can couch that conversation in and you can let go of the guilt. You have no guilt. You've helped her for a few months now. And you will continue to help her, just not in your space.
And also, she didn't lose all her things. I mean, if she has belongings that are scattered all over your place, she still has some stuff.
Well, she says borrowed clothes and stuff like that. So she's obviously figured it out. But there must have been someone. Did she have insurance? Maybe she didn't have insurance, and that's tragic. But she clearly has a job and she has a life, and so she needs to move on now. Or else do you have any other family you can foist her off on? Has she any friends? Just you need to create a sense of urgency for her to leave, as much for her as for you.
Now, unless there is something, like maybe like if she caused the fire.
Oh my God.
And then she's renting the place. I don't know, maybe she's still paying rent on it. I don't know.
Is she about to go to jail? Is it? That's what you're implying there.
But like failing that, it sounds like that she doesn't have to pay rent anymore because the place is gone. So like there's no reason for her
and
not to be out there.
It's totally comfortable for her to live in your space. So you haven't even, it's not even discomforting.
You need to make it uncomfortable.
You need to kind of be in that space and go right, this is how I live. So enough now already. You need to move on. I think it's better for you. Certainly better for me. And, I love you, but get the hell out of my house. But, obviously not those exact words, but that's basically what you need to do.
Sometimes you just need to say those exact words,
you
especially
do.
with family.
Yeah, you do. Because,
You just need to be, look, I like to live alone.
Yeah.
I lived you for 4 months. You're a sloppy bitch.
Yeah. We're not meant to live together.
No.
Yeah. No, it's time. And put those boundaries in place and you're actually well beyond the time. You can help her better by kicking her out.
Yeah.
Of course, it goes without saying, Gearóid, that if that happened to you, you could live with me indefinitely.
Niamh, no offence.
You wouldn't live with me.
No, I would. I'd live with you for a few days because you make great food.
I do. I'm not invasive
Your lime
as a person.
cheesecake.
I know. Well, I don't make that every day, to be fair.
Well, now, if I'd been in a fire,
I would definitely make it.
I'd be like, Niamh, please.
Okay. It would be in the fridge every day.
Absolutely no belongings left.
Yeah, but actually, I think we'd be okay living together. But you and I
think we'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, but there's certain people, like one of my besties, I said we couldn't live together. And I'll tell you why. Because we both love to be in the kitchen. And I think if you have a place that you like to be the boss of, it's very hard to share that with someone who is also the boss of that space.
What I don't like, when I'm in the kitchen, cooking,
yeah,
and then if my partner wants to make a cup of tea,
yeah,
and I'm like, I'll make the tea. I'll make it for you.
Oh, yeah.
But don't.
Yeah, no, I know.
Don't ice skate around me.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. And actually, I'm a bit weird like that because I have ways that I do stuff. So you have to be, and I know that comes from me. It's my problem. Do you know what I mean? But then that's my home.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
in your own home, you should be able to live how you like to live.
Exactly.
So that's...
And nobody wants their sister cluttering up their sitting room.
Actually, equally, if you're a chaotic person, you don't want them in tidying it.
That's true. There's nothing worse.
Because
do you know what I used to love about living on my own?
Yeah.
Was that whenever I left something somewhere, it was always there when I went back. It was just...
I know.
Perfect. Or there was never, like, I never lost my keys because what I always did was I always put them in I put them in the back of the door. But then when you move in with somebody, sometimes it's their keys in the back of the door.
Oh. You see, I have places for things.
Yeah, and then sometimes you go into the bathroom and you're like, that's my door. They're my keys. Then you have to go, no, Gearóid, because this is the way the world works.
Now, to be fair, when you're trying to establish rules with people you live with, as in that you choose to live with, that's a different conversation. You have to give a little bit there.
What I've learned...
Do you have an agenda?
What I've learned is that there are no rules that can be established in that situation. I've tried... Every rule I've ever tried to establish.
I know.
I remember the only thing I said when we moved in together, the only thing, I was like, that's my spot on the couch. I love sitting in that spot on the couch.
Oh, I have a seat.
I'd say about 2 weeks later, it was gone.
No.
I've never sat in it since.
Well, then, you see, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
I have a seat and I sit in the seat, right, on the sofa. I know the second I'm not in that space, he's sitting in it. Now, I think some of it is comfort.
It's upsetting.
And it's comfort because he's in and he's missing me, so he sits in the seat. But it's also the best seat to sit in because you can plug your charger in beside it and it's the best view of the TV.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just said that out loud. I've just realised how sad my life is. Okay, well, I think, Dimitri, we are definitely wanting a follow-up for this. Definitely want a follow-up. You will feature in the follow-up show if you send us a follow-up on this because I think I want to hear what you say to your sister here.
Yeah, I want to hear, like... Why is this continuing this long?
Oh, because...
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get that.
Like,
because she's not moving on. She has no sense of moving on.
I think...
And he's been kind.
The problem is the fire happened to the wrong person. She sounds like she had no get up and go. Do you know what I mean? And that the fire happened and then this is just the end of it.
And this is going to sound a bit weird, right?
Go on.
But part of me is a little bit jealous that happened to that woman. I'll tell you why. Because sometimes I go home to my house and I say, I wish somebody would just burn all these up so I wouldn't have to make a decision because I need to clear out this room.
Oh, Niamh, listen. I'll happily burn your house down.
No, I'm not inciting that.
That's no problem.
And if it does
Niamh,
happen,
you should have just asked.
I know I'd be devastated, but sometimes, I'd rather.
Of course.
Why? Maybe I'll just set fire to this room
And
instead of clearing it out.
Do you want the kids in or out?
Depends on the day. No. I love my boys. Touch my boys, I kill you.
We have another problem.
Come on then. You read this one.
Will I read this one?
You read this one.
I'm very tired. Do you want to read it?
Okay, I'll read it. Are you sure?
I keep yawning.
I know. What's going on with you?
Oh my God.
I know. I quite like that one. Okay, so, dear Niamh and Gearóid, I'm a massive fan of Agony Rants.
Good.
And so is my mum, which is important, and you will see why. Oh no. I'm writing about a situation with my sister that is starting to cause very real tension in our family.
Oh.
Okay, so this before we read this, I'm going to say I think that what they're hoping here, is there a name on this one? What Steph is hoping is that by writing in, that they won't have to deal with the problem, that the fact that we're talking about it is going to solve this problem.
So wait a second. Steph is writing in the full knowledge that her mother is listening.
Yeah. So clearly she needs to get...
healthy.
She needs to get a message to our mother without actually...
Wow.
Yeah, I quite like that. Can you imagine if we end up being a conduit for that? Okay, anyway, here we go. Back to Steph. Over the past year, she has become very enthusiastic about what she describes as an exclusive investment opportunity. Is that rent? Because that's what I would call it in my house.
Her mother?
It must be.
Okay.
From what I can gather, it involves putting money into a private investment group that promises unusually high returns through property developments and international projects.
Oh, good night.
She talks a lot about getting in early, compounding returns, and how people who hesitate are the ones who miss out.
Your mother does?
Okay, so somebody's worried about their inheritance here. Okay, here we go. At first, I assumed it was just one of those things that people dabble in and eventually move on from. But recently she has started trying to involve our parents. Oh, a sister.
Who is this?
It's the sister. I thought it was about the mum.
Oh, the sister.
Okay, so this is about the sisters talking about the investments, and then she wants the mother to hear it. Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. Mum and Dad are both in their 70s. They're sensible people, but not particularly financial savvy, and they trust their children. My sister has begun suggesting that if they invest some of their savings with her group, it could significantly increase their retirement income. She frames it as helping them make their money work harder. Oh, God. The problem is that whenever I ask questions about the details, who regulates the fund, what risks are, and where exactly is the money going, the answers are vague at best. She insists it's all legitimate, but says outsiders don't understand the model. Is this a pyramid? This feels like a pyramid.
This sounds like your sister doesn't understand the model.
Yes. This sounds like she's been involved in a cult.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm worried our parents may feel pressure to go along with it simply because she's so convinced. I don't want to accuse my sister of anything unfair, but I also don't want to see my parents' savings tied up in something they don't fully understand. When I raise concerns, my sister says I'm being negative and that I should support her instead of undermining her confidence.
Oh, your sister
my
sounds
God.
like a tool.
Oh my God. No, and I wouldn't use that word, but it's not good. How can I protect my parents without creating a major family fallout? Looking forward to seeing what you think, Steph.
I got to be honest. There's going to be a major family fallout.
There is, regardless of what way you do this. Yeah.
Yeah, but what you should do is you should not be the one to cause it. And I think what you should do is you should say to your parents, if you want to invest money in this, that's absolutely fine. But
because let's be honest here.
They're adults. They're two adults.
It's their money.
It's their money. But what you should say is you should just go to a financial advisor, whatever the documents are, and just say, this is what we're thinking of doing. What would your recommendation be?
Yeah. Actually, that's a really good thing.
You need to go to one that's not tied to any... Some of them are tied to companies that sell their own investment things, so they'd obviously be biased.
Yeah.
But you should go to an independent financial advisor and just say, this is what we're thinking of doing. Because they'll tell you if something's good or something's bad.
Yeah, that's
And the thing about it is, if something is high... If it's high return, it's high risk.
Yeah, it is. And to be fair, that's usually transparent. And any legitimate firm will tell you, they are obliged financially to tell you that it's hugely risky, hugely all of these things. They are obliged to tell you all that. if it's legitimate.
I remember I did an ad and I had to record
the terms and conditions?
Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah. They say it very fast.
Something may rise as well as fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but financial advisors now have to be extremely transparent, and they have to get you to sign all sorts of documents to say that they've discussed all this with you. It's legally. And if they're not doing that with you, then the chances are this is a scam.
I would say as well,
It may not be a scam, but it might be a pyramid. And if that's the case, it's going to be difficult.
I think that your sister sounds like a charlatan.
No,
right?
she doesn't.
And also, what's worse than a charlatan is a thick charlatan. And she doesn't sound smart.
No.
She doesn't. Look, come on, look at the bullshit she's coming out with. People don't understand the model.
No, I know. No, that sounds more like a sales pitch.
If you raise concerns, my sister says, I'm being negative and I should support her instead of undermining her confidence.
No,
how about a slap in the face, Carl?
No, that's like you know those people who ring you that have like a set list of questions, and if they say this, then you say this. You know the way they do that in call centers? This sounds like this.
Yeah.
This sounds like this. And the other thing is your sister actually working for the people? Because she says, mum and dad and 70, that they shouldn't say in some ways with her group. So does that mean she's saving with those group? Or is it that what she's doing is she's actually a part of this group? And that's a different conversation.
Because sometimes what people do to make themselves feel more confident about a mistake that they've made
They get
is
other
they
people
get other people involved.
to make the same mistake.
And listen, that's exactly something I would do.
I know.
I'd be like, no, it's fine. I've lost every penny. Everybody, if we're all in the same boat, everything's fine.
Come on, let's like lemmings go over the side here.
Yeah.
No, it is difficult. And to be fair, the other thing that you're probably missing out here is that your parents are sensible people and manage to get to their 70s, living their life best and raising two good kids. So in my head, actually, the conversation needs to start with them. Big time.
Yeah, look,
Leave your sister out of it.
I don't think that your mum and dad, they didn't come up the lagging in a bubble.
No, they didn't. The lagging in a bubble?
Isn't that
Are you northern
isn't that what he says in
Derry Girls?
Line of Duty?
Oh, Line of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't come up the lagging in a bubble.
I know, that's very... I was
Fella.
going to say that's very northern for you, considering you're from Dublin. No, they're not stupid. And so what you need to do is reassure them that you're there to help them with that.
And listen, there'll always be these opportunities
Yeah.
that come along that you can make a lot of money if you dip in quick and dip out. But they have to be aware of the risks, and also they should get it like an independent, an independent assessment.
Yeah.
And somebody who can take criticism as opposed to saying their confidence is being undermined.
I think that says more about your sister and
And
where
if
she
this
is.
if this is something that your sister is shagging somebody that she met on the internet and this is what he does, flag. Flag. Big flag.
I think the other thing is that you can tell your parents that you're going to support them with whatever decision they make. To be honest, at the end of the day, it's their money.
It's your inheritance.
Yeah, it is. But nobody admires thrift more than an heir. But I'm going to say that it is their money. They can do what they like with it. But the reality is, I will tell you this, the older you get, the more cautious you get with your money, because you do realise there's going to be a long period of time where you're not earning.
Yeah.
And you're not as prepared as you think you are, no matter how much money you think you have.
Oh God, Niamh, I'm not prepared at all.
I know. Yeah, but you have time.
Yeah.
Come.
My pension plan is to die young.
I was going to say, you can come to me. I'll help you with that. I'll help you with that. You give me your money, I'll sort that out. No problem.
Yeah, of course you will, Niamh.
You should come and join my group.
Yeah. I hope we've helped Steph.
Yeah, no, and Steph, seriously, don't underestimate your parents. They're strong and whatever. I know you probably the main problem actually here is your relationship with your sister. So stop talking to her about it.
Now your mother's listening.
Yeah.
I hope we've given the mammy the advice that she needs.
The mammy, I don't think they're probably as close to investing. Maybe if they wanted to throw a few bob towards the other sister, a small amount, just to see how that works for them. That's up to them. I'm very much of a believer that once you're reared past the point where you are financially dependent on your parents, then your parents no longer need to leave you a cent. Believe me, I'm just saying that in the interest that my children hear this.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's too far down the pod. They're already not listening.
I think if you die leaving money behind, I think that's a failure.
That's a life less lived.
Yeah.
Not that I am not happy with
I don't want to die penniless. I want to die in debt.
Okay.
Yeah. If I ever find out, God forbid, that I'm ill.
Oh, you're taking all the loans out?
Loans.
Before you...
Loans.
Before the official medical thing
borrow,
comes through.
Borrow. Yeah. 100%. Hit the credit union for a whopper.
Does it die with you, though?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. If you work in a credit union and I come in for a massive loan, deny.
There's people at home nodding sagely along with that.
Do you know what's going to happen now? In about 5 years, I'll suddenly need a credit union. They're like, no, we heard the podcast, Gearóid.
Do you know what I'm excited about? The fact that people in the credit union might be listening to us.
Oh, yeah.
And,
They're
that would be
important
amazing. And remembering something we talked about 5 years ago. I love that.
Niamh, thank you so much for listening.
Oh, so glad
thank
to
you
see
so much.
I did listen a lot.
Niamh. Oh, God, my brain.
Don't say no, that you have to amend that, because I do listen to you.
Well, you do listen. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening, Niamh. And to you, the listener, thank you so much for listening. Also, if you would like to support the show, we would love it if you would subscribe to Head Stuff Plus over on headstuffpodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
In return for that, you'll get bonus content from all of the shows on the Head Stuff Podcast Network and our show.
Oh, yes.
Our show, which is Vintage Rants.
Yeah.
Now, Vintage Rants will be wrapping up and we're going to
do a new
format.
Yeah.
And once I come back from Australia, we're going to get going on that.
Yeah. We've been talking about it a long time.
Yeah. We'll be back on the free feed next Monday.
Yes, very nice. And, by then, in a couple of weeks, you'll be in Australia. I'm very excited for you.
I know, yeah.
Technically,
so
you'll be
far
in Australia.
away. I feel like I'm going to get there and just be like, oh, my life is so far away.
I know. Well, that'll either free you up or traumatize you.
I know. I might just throw my phone in the bin.
I'm looking...
Yeah, just,
Okay.
I'd love to be one of those people that go, like those people that just like start a random new life. But it's hard to do that with social media.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You would not do well on that.
I think I'd be great.
No, I'm going to put a tracker on you.
Every time I go away, I have this like thing of being like, oh, maybe I could just, live here and, work in a coffee shop and bake cakes.
No, Gearóid, I'm going to tell you something. You talk a good bohemian life, but you have your control issues will never allow you to get to that bohemian life.
I think I'd love, just be very free. Maybe grow my hair, get dreads.
I would reckon that would last. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near the dreads conversation. I would say that would last 6 weeks.
I think what would happen is people would say, "Where's Gearóid?" It's like, well, I've just looked online. Apparently, he works in a Starbucks.
Yeah, I would come get you. I would come get you. I would have to do a wellness check. There's no way. Anyway, that's enough of that. Carry on.
We will chat to you next week.
Bye.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.